Hello everyone, welcome to the cnft.tools Discord server. My name is ToolSin and I'm joined by cnft.tools. Wait, what? Oh, hi there Mango Bush, how you doing?
I'm very well, man. How are you?
I'm pretty good. And what brings you here this evening?
Tooligans, my friend, and I've got to say I'm very happy to be on this side again, not being the one that's being interviewed today and giving out the offer and the information rather than the one that's trying to prize it. So I can be awkward on the other side and just make you feel very uncomfortable.
So Tooligans Mint coming up. Do we have a mint date and mint time yet?
We are looking into it to the moment. So myself and Legion of Brad, and Piazzi. It's a lot of letters. Piazzi, is it Piazzi or?
There's no way to pronounce it. I've tried for a long time.
Yeah, if you could have a name without syllables, it just not syllables. It's just, I don't even think there's syllables in there because there's no vowels. Anyway, we're thinking. I mean, it's dependent on the art. So Pix is working on the art at the moment. So for those that you don't know, we've got Pixelado, who's part of Ash and Trey Comics, working on the art. I approached him about a month and a bit ago, asking him about it, and first he swore at me, and then he kind of came round and warmed to the idea when I said it'd be good for the community. Come on, be good for the community. So we're just waiting on him, but hopefully maybe October the 29th, which is a Friday, because I like going on a Friday. We can just put it in the evening, have some beers whilst it goes out, and have the weekend to enjoy it.
Sounds
Or
good.
failing that, it just seems quite neat to do it on the 1st of November as well, which is a few weeks before the World Cup starts. So it's coming really soon. Whitelists are already happening. We're giving those out. So yeah, I suppose the next couple of weeks are going to be talking about it, but I'm thinking it's going to settle out pretty quick. 124 NFTs in total, 58 are each, and the CNFT tools
Sorry,
make no
124
profit.
or 1024?
It's 1,024. Sorry, tools. I'm such a professional. I'm not. 1,024 NFTs. And the reason why it's 1,024 NFTs because there's 32 teams you see in the World Cup, 32 teams, and we're doing 32 editions of the team. So, for example, Brazil will appear 32 times, England will appear 32 times, Qatar will appear 32 times. So when you kind of times 32 by 32, you get the magic number of 1,024. So most of our prizes end up being 32 versions of 32. So if you get mint the winning team, so if let's say Spain, I keep saying Brazil, I don't want to sound biased. Let's say Spain win the World Cup, everyone that's a holder of Spain will win 1,000 ADA. And there's tons of other games that are going on as well out there, so you can prize those out of me as we go on.
For sure. So, what made you come up with the idea then? Because I mean, just for full transparency here, the entire Tooligans thing was Mango Bush's idea, and obviously we were very happy to run with it. So I don't know as much of the details as Mango does, so a lot of my questions are actually going to be fairly honest and actually wanting an answer for myself as well.
I think anyone knows really. It's been that much in my head plowing away trying to get it done that I think it's now that it's coming out and becoming obvious. I've been interested in NFTs as kind of a little bit more than just art and pictures and stuff and ways of transacting. And so for any of you that's ever been part of I don't know, like an office sweepstake for some sort of competition. So the office sweepstake, for those of you who don't know, is when the names go in a hat of teams competing or some event happening, and you write the names on a piece of paper, you throw it in the hat, and you pick them out, and whatever you pick is your kind of nominated team to win with. And I kind of, with the World Cup coming on, I work now working from home. I used to work in a big place with lots of people. There's always a sweepstake going on, and I recently started working from home. I thought, oh, no sweepstake. Don't know why I was thinking that. It's just how I thought. But then, what NFTs is this kind of this smart contract, this medium of exchange, digital media exchange is. You kind of thought, well, you could run a sweepstake from that, and then I started playing with the idea of an NFT sweepstake. And I started going into the game mechanics a little bit more, and the more I kind of played around with it, I thought it sounded pretty cool. And then suddenly I came up with the different variations of it. And obviously working with tools, it was, we're working with experts within there. I think Legion of Brad and PRZ and the entire team have got incredible skills within here. So it's quite easy to have an idea and then put it out and do it. And what motivates me a lot of things is just doing cool shit. Really like doing cool stuff. It's not always has to be for the cash. I'm not trying to be a philanthropist here, but sometimes the idea of doing something and doing something cool appeals to me more than just doing it for cash and thinking about earning a profit from it, because you get distracted. So with this project, doing it for free because we're doing it for the community, a bit of engagement, a little bit of fun, you kind of operate with a full lot of freedom, just thinking, right, I can go crazy with this and just have a little bit of fun without worrying too much. And we've kept the mint size 1024, which is quite realistic as well, which is why we're kind of confident it will sell out. And with it being short tournament, quick project, I think it'll create a lot of hype, a lot of interest from those. And it's a game, it's a competition, it's like a lottery. So whether you like football or not, doesn't really matter as such. So the motivation was just using NFTs as something different and using it as a kind of a different way to use them. Really, that was it.
Yeah, I mean, awesome. So, how did you go about choosing which artist to bring on to do the art?
Had a few ideas, was kind of reached out to a few people. I mean, the original thing was, the idea was just have like a little token, and the token
Yeah.
would be a spinning token with a team on it, which would have been fine because I think the idea was strong enough, and with it being a competition, it would have worked. But it didn't excite me as much because if you can create a nice piece of artwork, it becomes a little bit memento as well. So rather than it being a competition, you've got a souvenir piece of artwork. And I've always been a fan from Ratstow days of Pixelado. We've done a collaboration with one of his comics before. He's just an outstanding professional, hugely, hugely talented in like the most varied ways as well. The guy makes furniture and designs furniture,
Oh
makes
wow.
NFTs, he's an artist, website. He's just 100% creative. I absolutely love him. He's got so many different styles as well to the way that he does art, and he's the nicest guy, best professional to work with as well. And he's establishing his project. It's quite small and niche what he does, Ashton Trade. So the opportunity to work with someone, raise their profile, who I respect and got a bit of time for as well, was kind of the motivation there. So I approached him, asked him. And the thing with Pixelado is that he is such a really genuine, a massive perfectionist, that he doesn't go into anything unless he's just going to smash it out of the park as well. So when I approached him, all I wanted was characters, 32 different characters with 30 different flags. And the idea that one character would have 30 different flags, so that you just layer it. So you'd have one character and 32 different flags in the background. But it's Spanish, Pixelado, and there might have been a little bit of a language barrier. You know what it is? The guy's literally doing all the traits by hand, right? And he's happy with it because I've made it for about a 15-minute call. I went, Pix, are you sure? Pix, are you sure? It's a lot of work. So I'm asking him about the mint dates. You know, if it was my original concept, we'd be fine. But he's going to push it out. So what's happening is, right, you're going to get one character, and they're all going to be holding the flags in a different way. But each character, let's say Japan holding the two kind of flags above his head in two different hands, there's going to be 32 variations of that particular character, different skin tones,
Oh wow.
earrings, different traits. He's drawing different hand traits on them all.
Oh wow.
Tattoos,
That's
scars.
so it's like 32 different collections as opposed to like
Yeah,
yeah.
every single NFT will look different. No two NFTs will look the same. So even in its own as an NFT art collection, this is totally viable as a project. Totally viable, because you're gonna have something really cool that's unique, and it's drawn by hand. Like this is, you know, some things will be kind of layered over, but the majority of things are all done by hand, because I think that's just his style of the way he does things as well. So I'm totally blown away by the quality of the art. So you've got a really cool art project by a really kind of respectful artist, and he will grow and grow and grow Pixelado. I know he will, because he's got a lot of admirers, project leaders within the community.
Yeah,
So
he has a
our
very
project,
distinctive style as well, which not like I don't know of any other projects like his, to be honest.
no, it's unique, but you can mix it up as well. This is the thing with him. So he's going to be having he's going to have a project called Boomers that's coming out maybe next year, or when the market's right, that follows on kind of old boomer themes. So it's a little sample
Nice.
of that's coming up. So yeah, approach Pix. He was up for it. I was delighted because I know what his work ethic's like and how much effort he puts into it. So take that on its own for 58, an amazing art piece, a collection, just a bit of fun art, commemorative series for the World Cup. But then when you add that every single bit of profit that we're taking from this, from the mint, so in total it'll be 51,200 ADA. 51,200 ADA that we'll
Yeah.
be making off this total fee when all the mint revenue comes off. 2,000 is the mint cost, right? Because that's how much it costs to come through. That's fairly cheap as well. So 2,000 comes off from there, and then we're paying Pix 8,000 for doing this, which works out at 15% of the entire revenue. Which again is not much for an artist. The amount of time it's done on there.
Yeah.
Then everything else, I think something like 42,000 is left, is going back into the prize pool. So tools, we're getting nothing from this whatsoever. So none of it. None of it. This is why I don't think any project will ever do this, because who in the right mind would invest all this time and energy and thought, there's a website coming soon, there's going to be the mint, and take no profit from it. But as I said, we're doing it because we value our community. The tools community is holding us kind of the number one ranking systems. So you're incredibly loyal to us. So we want to give something back. And it's nice to kind of create a little bit of energy and engagement in the space. And that's why I think this is going to be pretty unique. I'm kind of going to go out on a limb as well. I think this is the biggest prize fund of anything kind of NFT-wise that's been out there. I've kind of been racking my brains trying to think, well, what's out there?
I know a few different things out there, but I don't know of anything certainly nothing that's broken 10k, let alone anything else. There may have been like a couple of giveaways from projects minting that
so
that
over
may have
40,000.
approached that, but obviously, I do believe that this is by far the largest prize pool given away in the CNFT community so far.
That's the motivation. It's just doing cool stuff. It's cool to do something like that. So everything's going back. So the way the prizes are going to work, there's going to be it's like I think 7 different games that are going on. So the first game is going to be the overall winner. So you're going to mint for 50 ADA an NFT. You might try and mint more if you can, and you're going to hold that NFT. Within that NFT, there's going to be various types of metadata within it. So you're going to have the team that it is. You're going to have a goal scorer number. So it's not the goal scorer. You're going to have squad number 1 to 26. And if, let's say, Harry Kane is a top scorer within the World Cup, he wears the number 9 on his back. If that Golden Boot winner is Harry Kane, and you've got number 9 within the metadata, you win kind of one of the second prizes, which is 125 ADA as well. If you hold the overall winning team of the World Cup, you win 1,000 ADA. So if, say, England win the World Cup, never happen, and you've got the England World, the England NFT, you win 1,000 ADA. That's you and 32 others, or 31 others. So 32 in total will win 1,000 ADA. Now, if you go into the semi-finals of the World Cup and you've got Brazil, and Brazil is still in the World Cup, how much of that's going to pump the secondary markets, and people are trying to hedge the bets and selling and trying to buy because they know if that team wins, they're getting 1,000 ADA. You know, there's going to be whales out there that are trying collecting. They're going to be hedging the bets and all sorts, trying to pick some sort of strategy out there. You know, people having like 5 Brazils. So it's going to be fascinating how people try and strategize their way through Tooligans. So we've got the overall winner prize, 1,000 ADA, 32 of those. First goal scorer, which is then the squad numbers within the metadata. Another metadata trait is going to be golden first goal scorer.
Nice.
I said that. Yeah. So every NFT will have a block of time, saying 3 minutes. So there'll be 0 to 2 minutes, 3 minutes to 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and so on, right throughout the game. So we've cut 90 minutes into 32 chunks. We've added some injury time here and there. And so if the first goal in the first semi-final goes in at the time that's in with on your metadata, you'll win 125 ADA in that one. Yeah, pretty cool. If there's no goals in that semi-final, or the goals were in extra time, it goes into the second extra time. Then if that doesn't happen to the next semi-final, until there is a first goal scorer. So what we try to do, what we try to do is keep up as many different games within Tooligans, so that then if someone mints a dead team, team that's not going to do very well, there's still prizes to be won throughout that. So they're the 3 main competition prizes. It's the overall winner, the first goal scorer, and the Golden Boot Award. Then what we've done is we've got something called the Tooligan bonus groups. And what they are is we split the 32 World Cup teams into 4 different leagues. And so what you've got is a Legendary League, which is the top 8 ranked sides. So Brazil, Spain, Germany, Netherlands are in there. They're your legendary teams, and that forms a league of their own. Then we've got the outsiders, or the underdogs.
Yeah.
That's the second quarter of ranked teams, and that goes on to the third quarter of ranked teams, and then the final one, which are the no hopers, which has got the teams that kind of rank outsiders to do well. And
So
what happens
that
is,
includes England then, yeah?
yeah, for sure. And so what will happen? What kind of the creation behind these 4 mini leagues is that again within the metadata, there's going to be 4 bonus traits that you can mint. There's going to be golden balls, which you can mint. There's going to be safe hands. There's going to be wooden spoon and a dirty boy. And these appear once for each team. So
Right.
for Brazil, there'll be one Brazil wooden spoon. There'll be one dirty boy. There'll be one safe hands, and they're all kind of randomised, and they just appear randomly in your traits. And if you mint one of these bonus traits, you will then compete as the sole team. So it's like your own World Cup, but within that mini league, if that makes sense. So there's a website coming, and there's information on there, but it'll make loads of sense when it comes out. So let's say you've got Qatar and you've got the wooden spoon. If Qatar finish bottom of the kind of no hopers mini league, you will win 150 ADA. That's so basically they finish bottom. They don't have any points. The worst kind of contributing team, they win it. If you're in the legendary, you've got the wooden spoon in the legendary, and you mean England, for example, and
Yeah.
they finish bottom of that legendary, you win the 150 ADA as well. And it's the same for safe hands, but safe hands, that's clean sheets, so that's the least amount of goals conceded in a game. You add all those up, whoever then has got the most clean sheets wins in terms of those in those leagues. So golden balls is the most goals scored, and dirty boys is the most cards, most red cards and yellow cards. So loads of other side games.
Do you have a tiebreaker for clean sheets? For instance, the number of minutes a clean sheet is kept for, in case that multiple teams get like 3 clean sheets or whatever.
Well, of course, I'm glad you asked. It is. It's going to be the highest ranked team. So for all other competitions apart from Wooden Spoon, the highest ranked FIFA ranking team out of the tie, 2 ties or 3 ties, takes the prize. So let's say Ecuador and Cameroon are tied in the Underdogs League. If Ecuador are higher than Cameroon in the FIFA rankings going into the tournament, they take the prize. Where this flips on its head is with the Wooden Spoon, because obviously the worst teams, it's whoever's got the lowest FIFA ranking takes the Wooden Spoon.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So yeah, I mean, you've kind of blown my mind a little bit already, and hell, I'm on the team and I've known at least about some of this for a while. So who's doing the mint?
I think Brad is.
Well, hey!
We're looking at some script, but the thing is, we're not tied down to it too much, because we've portioned 2,000 from it, so we've got enough contacts within there as well. We can do it. It's just whether we want to, because Tools have got tons of stuff going on at the moment. In terms of, there's a new website coming out soon, which I think we can mention a little bit.
We can definitely mention, but we can't. I can't give any sneak peeks yet, unfortunately.
No sneak peeks.
It is looking really sweet. But no sneak peeks just yet, but they will start coming soon.
Have you been on Magic Eden?
No.
It's Solana's kind of marketplace. It's really sweet.
If actually, I might have done as it goes.
Reminds me of that.
Yeah. I have. No, not this particular one actually.
Yeah.
There was another one that they said it looks a little like, which I'd not seen before.
Yeah. So anyway,
Anyway,
with the mint, they're obviously like, yeah, we'll do it. But I'm quite keen to use somebody else, so that then, or at least promote that we use someone else, because I don't want to take them away too much from the development of the tools and the website and everything throughout there. But we've got 2,000 for the mint. That's how much it costs a transaction. They're quite happy to run a script and take care of it, but at the same time, it doesn't cost much more to run with someone else. So
no, for sure.
So
And I mean, everybody's all about community, and you know, obviously this entire project is all about the community.
Yeah, as I said, it's just about having a little bit of fun. It's whether you like football or you don't like football is kind of irrelevant, because it's a lottery. It's something, and sometimes these things are more enjoyable. I found that in office environments, when you're doing sweepstakes, when you don't like football too much, because it comes quite simple. You hold a team. You've got Portugal. And you think, right, that's the only team that I need to follow. And the reason I want them to win is not because I care about football or a country or a nation or these 11 people running around. It's because I want to win some money, and Portugal are the team. So you can actually, it's better if you don't like football, or you get more enjoyment from it. Of course, if you do like football, it supercharges it. And it's going to be random, because I've got a feeling I'm going to mint Ecuador, so they're going to be my team. And so I'm just in Manchester supporting Ecuador as they come in and lift the trophy. That'd be mint. I mean, it'd be amazing if, like I said, this sells out and an underdog wins it as well, because the money's going to be flying around the big teams. The
Yeah.
secondaries, and I do predict. I do think the secondaries are going to go a bit crazy with this, because you're just going to get people strategizing, thinking they can outsmart it, go and win as much as possible. But it only takes one of the underdogs of the competition to win, and that's just going to create anything. It's going to be amazing, because if people are kind of flipping those early because they want to get some of the bigger teams on mint again, they're going to be fighting like anything to get them as they kind of go into the quarterfinals or into the semi-finals as well. So
So
it's going to.
something else that I know we did discuss a little bit previously, but I don't know how if you've chosen to run with it or not, was the fact that if it sold out really quickly and there was obviously a huge demand for it, would it be possible to do like a second round, for instance?
We thought about that. You could do it, but why would we do it as well? It
So
could create a lot
it
more.
is just 100% going to be the original 1024, and
Yeah,
that's it then.
yeah. I think the motivation will be one, because you want to keep a bit of exclusivity for it as much as possible. And if it does do really well, that means the appetite's there for this kind of thing again, which means that Tooligans can be reborn again with another competition in the future. It could be the Grand National, it could be Wimbledon, it could be the Olympics, it could be anything.
FA
Um,
Cup.
anything,
Yeah.
as much as possible. So I think the motivation would be to do something different, or some sort of other weird
I
incarnation
mean,
of it as well.
like just thinking ahead out loud here. I mean, it would be awesome to do something like this for other things going forward as well. But like you were saying, whether it's Wimbledon or Formula One or whatever other sporting events going on, golf or whatever.
Yeah, just have some skin in the game. As long
Yeah.
as like the mint price isn't too big, the community can say, "Look, why don't you do the NFL season? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do the elections?" Um,
Yeah, we should probably stay away from politics on it.
let's get some
but
Tooligan both.
definitely down for some. I'd be down for some NFL action on it actually.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So I'm more motivated to create more things if this is like I said,
Yeah.
successful, and if not, and that's important. What you've just mentioned, that if it's successful, let's say it's not successful, it's a 50% sellout. What happens then? The thing is, we're not going to get wrecked by this because we're doing this
Yeah.
kind of for fun, and we're not making any money of it. We can't actually commit to getting in debt for doing this, because that would ruin us. So what's going to happen is that the prizes are going to be automatically scaled to the income that's coming in. So, for example, the overall winner prize, which is 32 times 1,000 ADA, that's based on a sellout. But that is actually going to be worked out at 62.5% of all profits goes towards the overall winner prize, which will be then divided by the amount of winning teams that have been minted. So let's say, again, Brazil, 24 Brazils have been minted, and let's say 680 NFTs have been minted in total. Get 680 times 50, which is going to be something like 31,200. I think off the top of my head, might be, probably forgot. And then it'd be 31,200 divided by 24, which is 850 ADA or so. That'd be the amount of prizes. So it's going to be scaled in regards to mint income,
Yeah.
all the prizes. And even Pixie's earnings are going to be, Pixelado's earnings are going to be scaled at 15% of total income as well. So if it's 50%, he earns 50% of that. So that's the kind of gamble he's taking.
Yeah.
But because we think it's a winner.
Yeah. So there's absolutely no chance if for some unknown reason we only sell 200, then it will just go through with 20% of the stated figures, and no one's lost anything, no one's hurt by it.
Everyone still has the same prize chances of winning. There's certain prizes to that, but this is community fun. It's for us to kind of create a bit of engagement. If anyone's playing, let's kind of share and push it out and promote it as much as possible, so we get more people to buy it. But I'm pretty sure, like you said today, that there's 6 or 7 people in this talk now. But in terms of pre-registered people on here, it's one of the records, isn't it, for us in terms of name?
Absolutely. I mean, I think our record is somewhere in the very low 40s, and this did dip up to 41 just before we started. So yeah,
Was it Ape Society with a record?
yes, it was.
See, I'm going to take that.
And that was very soon after their first mint, when their hype was absolutely at its highest.
Yeah. So pretty excited about that. So it's kind of an early bullish sign as well. And we know because we're linked to so many projects, aren't we, out there, that there's a lot of kind of people quite excited about this as well, and they're thinking like, oh god, how come we didn't have this idea?
Well, that's the
So
thing. I mean, there's so many levels that you can take this project at, because you can take it as what it's meant to be, which is some fun for the community and us all, for us all to have a chance to get together and have some banter and everything else. But you can also approach it from a financial investment side and say, well, look, there's Brazil's got like a 25% chance of winning the tournament from this point, which means that, effectively assuming a sellout, there's 250 ADA equity in buying that NFT. So if you can pick it up for like 150 ADA, then while they may not win every time, like you'll make money in the long term.
100%. And here's a little bit. Obviously I've designed it this as well, so I've been thinking a lot about it. So I'm probably, well, I will be miles more ahead of other people. People are going to be chasing the winner a lot more, which is fine. But
Yeah.
there's only one winner, and it's going to be difficult. But the actual Golden Boot winner might be the alpha play here, because only look is at who the likely top scorer of the competition is going to be, what number they tend to wear on the back. It's usually nine. Pretty much nine is. If you look at, so you go in, you look at who's going to be the main number nines, the main strikers in there, and if you get the top Golden Boot winner, that is 125 ADA. But if someone mints Qatar and has got number nine, the likely is they're probably going to flip that quite cheaply. Number nine,
Yeah.
so you'd probably be able to pick up quite a number of number nines fairly cheap. Which if that does come in, that's going to earn you a lot of money. So I
That's
think people
that's
will.
some pretty in-depth shit right there, actually, and I love it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see how people are strategizing through here and trying to, like I said, outsmart or come up with ways that you can, this is a surefire winning technique that they've got. So, yeah, I said, I'm hoping it's going to generate quite a bit of chat and talk about it.
Yeah, speaking of which, I would just like to remind everybody, if you've got any questions or any comments, anything like that, you know what? It's one of our own AMAs, so we'll take a risk and we'll allow anyone to come up and ask in voice if they like. If not, just fire the question to NFT chat, and I'll make sure that we get your questions answered.
Yeah, I'd like questions. I want people to try and break this as much as possible before we start, so we can kind of iron out any gaps. But I think Brad and PZN PRC have done that as much as possible already, and your good self as well.
Yeah, I mean, we have a little experience between us anyway. And I mean, speaking of experience, do you want to tell us a little bit about your background in the CNFT community as a whole, not just tools?
um, yeah, well,
Like
I've been in for about
let's have a Mango Bush NFT journey story.
Mega Bush. Right, okay, so got into crypto. My journey into crypto is pretty much the same as everyone else. Found out about crypto, found out about Bitcoin, Ethereum. It was all a bit expensive. Look for alternatives, watch YouTube videos, and I always kind of buy into who's the most plausible, who do I believe, and Charles Hoskinson stood out to me. Like what you talk about, his kind of morals and life views spoke to me a little bit. Thought, oh, it's quite interesting this, so I bought a bag of ADA. Sounds elaborate, it wasn't that big, but it was big enough for me in terms of like taking that risk into crypto, as we kind of we all do. And then held my bag for a bit. And then I started seeing on my timeline as I followed more and more people talking about Cardano. I think it was Cardano Dan actually with zombies, and he even before zombies came out, he was tweeting pictures of NFTs that were doing well. I think Space Buds or something. So I saw Space Buds. I saw a lot of things come out, but I wasn't brave enough to kind of take the leap into NFTs. I wasn't kind of a slow researcher with all these things, so was aware of it, but was taking my time getting into it. And I think about once I saw Clays go up in September, that when they mint, kind of missed that about. I
Were
thought,
they
right,
that
okay,
late? I kind of
yeah,
felt
yeah.
like they were. I feel like they were earlier.
No, Clays was September, weren't they?
Oh wow. I always feel like they were more sort of like July, August, but
No, I'm pretty sure it's September the 10th, 11th. It was their birthday recently last month as well.
nice.
So yeah, got in after that space, and kind of got a reputation as a meme king meme log, but generally because I can knock up a meme quite quickly. I can edit a photograph quick, and jokes come at me pretty quickly as well. And so around, I was just firing them out a lot of the time. I kind of like the degen spirit of NFTs. I like. Now, I think shit talking is it plays a big talk, and when it's done respectfully and done as an art form, I think it plays a big part in NFTs and crypto, as does memes massively. People like to take it seriously, which is fine. But if we think Dogecoin, the success that had, that came off the back of a meme. A lot of
Yeah.
NFTs and the images and the jokes, the characters and stuff, taken too seriously, it kind of loses momentum. We get excited when there's energy and there's fun around it. So I like to keep the fun and the ideas in there as well. So made a bit of a reputation as kind of making memes, joking around in Discords a lot, and I got an opportunity to work with the Rats, running their Twitter account and doing their community engagement side of things as well. So I initially started off on their Twitter account, trying to drive the engagement. That's what they brought me through, and I think they were at 1,500 Twitter followers when I joined, and I think I left with 12,000 on. I think if you remember, the Rats had that kind of creepy mouse. That was me behind it, doing the kind of rat things as well. I mean, that was a huge amount of fun when the Rats were kind of really taking off, because I was also the purchaser and as a buyer buying these NFTs with them. So I'd hold live Discord snipes where the community would be with me in a Discord, and we'd be going around using CNFTs or CNFT tools, of course, just to pick out NFTs, going having breeding parties with Macosies. So so I was with the Rats for quite a while. I've always been quite close to the Degens. I've supported a few projects in the past, kind of building up their kind of project. And I was always close to CNFT tools as well. I think it was Jack from DJ and Crypto Club that put me in touch with Brad. And then it was whilst you were on holiday, wasn't it, that I covered for you on your
Yes,
AMAs?
yes, yes.
I think I did my apprenticeship then. I think
Speaking of, I've got another holiday coming up in 3 weeks, by the way.
no, I got you back. I can't do you're the AMA. I've got AMA God, so that's. Um, and I've always been a massive fan of CNFT tools, huge fan, because when I get excited about stuff, I onboard people, I tell people about it because I'm excited about it. I want other people to be excited as well. And what CNFT tools was for me was the first place that I could take somebody who didn't know anything about NFTs and describe NFTs to them, because it tells you what traits are. You can look at different values of
Yeah.
different traits. You can see collections in their entirety of how they're all similar but all different at the same time. You can, and then you can go out to Pool PM and see kind of where they exist on the blockchain. And I used it a hell of a lot, so I became it was very connected to tools as a kind of as a service.
Yeah.
I genuinely love it. And then when the opportunity came to come and join the team from Rats, jumped at it. Honestly, jumped at it because obviously where we've got a good relationship now. The whole tools team, British, we got on really well. We work really fast and quickly with each other. And I said absolutely love it as well. And working for a service rather than the project as such is appealing to me as well.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the tool services, obviously we do a lot of the verification for different Discord servers and like that, including their robots. Um, Bringing it back to Tooligans a little bit, are we going to have different roles for all the different country holders and stuff like that as well?
Well, we're in the perfect place to do it, aren't we? If we want to.
I mean, I'm thinking so. Though I don't know what the hard limit on the number of roles a Discord server can have is.
Yeah, it's whether we make it too messy, isn't it? That's the issue. If we've got tons of roles on the other side, amongst other stuff. But one of the best things about the tools Discord that I've always liked is how neat and tidy everything is as well. So I was quite worried about adding another Tooligan section and how that would look, because it's just neat, isn't it? How everything's laid out. Whereas you know when you go into some Discord, it's just mental in there, and notifications firing up
Yeah.
from everywhere, and stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, I throw up enough notifications for everybody. I'm sure. Sort of like between drops today, which is an important part of a lot of people's lives, I believe,
yeah, we want the
and obviously the recap as well. Did you know I asked PRZ a couple of weeks ago, and apparently there's at the time there was at least 65 different servers that was subscribed to our updates.
really.
Which kind of blew me away actually.
Yeah, it's decent. Oh, the competitions that are in tools, I always used to love coming back for those anyway. Because everybody just likes clicking on that little emoji, don't they? Just to win. Sometimes I
Yeah.
click on it before I even know what I'm applying for. I could be like giving away my seed phrase. Like, here, click on this. I want to click on that little present icon. Which do you think we should have a whitelist giveaway with one of those as well? Then, ToolSin.
I think we should definitely do that. But I'm also at this moment in time going to take a screenshot of everybody in the everybody who's listening now, and that does include you, Bro Self, who's just turned up. But you guys can all get a whitelist spot.
Do you know what? I can do it now as a watch because if you click on them and add
Yeah.
whitelist, we can
Oh,
do
yeah,
that.
because yeah, we have Z power.
Yeah, I'm doing it now. You see, so hi AF, you've got a whitelist. Alphas, you've got a whitelist.
Oh yeah,
Does
he
does
you getting your Oprah on now, yeah?
yeah, Dusty Death, you've not got a whitelist. No, I'm joking. You've got a whitelist. True Wit Thule, you've got a whitelist. You kind of get where I'm going with this now. And how do I say that? Rose Self.
I'm thinking Broselp, but
Rose Self,
he
you've
did
got it.
ask to come up and say hello a minute ago. So you know what, we'll take a chance and invite him to
Yeah,
speak and see if he can come and enlighten us.
come on, bro. You got whitelist. Come and celebrate with us.
See,
Let's have it.
this is where we get the awkward silence and the wave of your hand just disappears.
Let's invite him to speak. Now, right, honestly, Newt,
Yeah.
you're amongst friends here as well. If you want to come and ask some
Oh, here he
questions.
is. Here
Oh,
he is.
yes.
Hello there.
There it is.
You are self-muted, by the way. We've not muted you.
Bottom left on your screen, should see a little microphone there. You might be able to unmute that. Or sometimes it's a push to talk as well. What's a push to talk button, Tilson?
Um, I always had it set to my middle mouse button, but that may not be a default setting.
We'll carry on. I think he's got a nice little ugly bro as well, so always nice.
I mean, that
Um,
does look like a particularly nice one as well, actually.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right, we'll
sorry,
carry on.
yeah, I was getting lost in looking at the ugly bro then. Quite like that one.
Enticing.
Yeah.
So to recap as well for anyone that's joined in later, it's going to be a World Cup sweepstake, and with it you mint an NFT for 50 ADA, and you mint a football team. If that football team wins the World Cup, you win 1,000 ADA. There's going to be 32 versions of
Up to 1,000 ADA. Let's
about. Oh,
yeah.
because I've got massive small print like linked on. It's
Yeah.
a percentage of it. You know, the maximum is it. But you know, there is a chance that it could actually be more than 1,000 ADA because I was running some calculations today. And let's say that scenario I gave earlier today where
Yeah, because
680,
yeah,
a win.
you could win the golden boot and the overall winner.
No, not just that. Let's say 680 are minted, but only 16 Brazils are minted. 65% or 62% of the entire pot goes towards the overall winner. So if only 18 Brazils are minted and there's a pot of 31,000, it actually works out a little bit more than that. It works out at something like 1,000 something because of the amount of NFTs minted in relation to the pot percentage fee.
Okay, so if it doesn't sell out, there's a chance for the prizes to be higher. That's that's really odd. That's
Let me
actually
put this.
really odd in a really bizarre way.
It's not random. Look, you're going to be borrowing from Peter to pay Paul because if there's only like say 16
Yeah,
Brazil
yeah.
minted, it will mean that maybe in
If
the
anybody
goal
else wins,
scorers,
they'd get less.
yeah, it might be the golden boot. There might be 28 of the golden boot minted, so it might be 15. Like 98
Yeah.
for that.
Okay.
'Cause,
But obviously it is possible, there is the possibility of that one team where, obviously golden boot, first goal scorer, overall winner,
yeah,
all on the same NFT.
we've run some test metadata on this. If we being tools, we can simulate what it looked like on the tools on the website. So we've run some test kind of meta exercises, and you had it where one of the teams had two of the Tooligan bonus traits as well. So bear in mind there's only one like golden ball. There's only 32 golden balls. There's only 32 dirty boys. There's only 32 wooden spoons. 32 hands
Oh
that
yeah.
exist in total. some had hit both of them as well, which was pretty cool.
Oh, okay. So the chances are all done at the time of mint, as opposed to this number 173 has this, that, and the other in advance.
Exactly, yeah. It's totally randomised at mint, so we don't know
Oh
what's going to
wow.
come out.
So yeah,
So
somebody really could get like all of the traits.
it's super rare. But can you imagine if you get Brazil, you get number 9, and you get like 15 to 17 minutes, and then you hit 2 out of 4? That's going to be a really expensive NFT to own as
Yeah,
well.
for sure. Yeah, somebody will be quite happy with that, and obviously, I mean, it all depends on the luck of the draw as well.
Who do you think's going to win the World Cup then, Tilson?
Oh God, don't ask me questions about football. I support Everton for Christ's sake.
Uh,
So yeah, I don't know. I'd like to say England's got a chance, but I think it's. I mean, it has to. I mean, for me, it has to be a team like Portugal or Brazil or perhaps Argentina, where they're used to playing in that heat.
yeah, I think so. I'm half Portuguese as well. You know what's good about being like dual nationality? I'm half English, half Portuguese. Is that if one team goes out, I can jump in the neighbouring country. So
And
I'm
he can't be
England.
accused of being a traitor.
No, really. My parents divorced when they were young, you see. So it's like reliving divorce of my parents again when I go from one team to another. Or England or Portugal are playing each other. It's like, who do I support?
Yeah,
Who do I go and live with?
that's the next question. Is if England is playing Portugal in the semi-final, who are you supporting?
England. Do you know why? Because I don't like Ronaldo. I don't know what it is. I just don't like Ronaldo. And so he's been playing. He's a great footballer, probably one of the greatest. And there's just something about Ronaldo I
Yeah,
don't like.
the Dick scored like his 900th goal versus Everton yesterday or
Yeah,
something. Like might have been
yeah,
700th, but yeah, it's still a ridiculously high number.
yeah. I'm England all the way, but I've got a bit of a bandwagon that I jump at Portugal because I can sometimes as well. But
So
chaos.
let's hear your prediction.
Do you know what? I think it's going to be an outsider. I don't think it's going to be one of the big. So in the legendary, you've got 4 categories in Tooligans. You've got legendary, you've got the outsiders, you've got the underdogs, and no hopers. So in the legendary, you've got Brazil, Spain, France, Argentina, Belgium, England, Germany, and Netherlands. For some reason, I don't think any of those are going to win. That's where the money's going to go. I think because there's going to be 254 legendaries, so 254 of those teams. That's where the money's going to go. That's where people are going to be minting and buying. But for some reason, again, because of the heat, because of the unpredictability, I've just got a feeling someone's going to come out on the outside. So
Yeah,
I don't think
that's an
Portugal. I don't
interesting
think
one.
Portugal can do it. But I don't know, who we got there? We got Uruguay. Yeah, yeah. If Uruguay have this tournament of like, you've got Croatia, Senegal, Denmark, Portugal, Switzerland, Serbia. No, to be honest, they're not going to win.
um,
Ecuador. I'm telling you, Ecuador. They're my team for the World Cup.
so Hugo Damas, I did give you permission to come up and speak if you wanted to come up and say hello and ask any questions and come join the party.
We get excited when someone puts their hand up, and then
I
because we
know.
got
Well, the things I don't usually allow it because it's other, it's AMAs for other projects. But this is our community and it's our project, so we can do things slightly differently.
I love chaos. When I do the Twitter space, so every Thursday I do a quiz on Twitter Spaces. So that's my domain, doing them on Twitter Spaces, where it's a seed phrase quiz. So every Thursday
Yeah,
we have a different project on that donate some NFTs to a wallet. Now this wallet is obviously got seed phrases to go into there. 24 letters of words of seed phrases. I make questions out of all of the. So with the answers, kind of reverse engineer it and make questions. So if the one of the seeds is bird, I'll do a question where the answer's bird or something, come up with something ridiculous, and then you've got to answer those questions and then rush like hell to win that NFT within the wallet as well. We've had some cool prizes over the week. But that's a free for all. Just let everybody speak. It's just literally like a company where people go, "What's question 27?" It's like, "Hey man, you're actually talking real fast. You're gonna slow down. Your accent's really strange."
yeah. I mean, it has to be said though. Those um, passphrase, wallet passphrase competitions, very popular, and there's been more than once where somebody's turned up on Discord a couple of hours after it's finished and then been able to win the prize from the questions being posted in our Discord after you finish.
Yeah, I like how being mischievous with it as well, because what I'll do is go into some random Discord and hide questions in there without telling them.
And then all of a sudden they get like 100 people turning up trying to find out where's the fucking question.
Where's my look at the answer? So what, as part of the answers, I hide them. Basically, when a question's too difficult for me to think of a question for it, where it's just like something like intrigue or whatever, I then hide it in a Discord and I post like a meme or something with that word, and then people will go in and find it. Just a little bit of a treasure hunt. And so yeah, that's pretty funny. Especially in the DGen Crypto Club server, because they get a notification every time a new member joins. They get one of those little wavy guys that comes in and say hi. Totally spam their chat.
Oh dear, I do love the fact that you don't even warn them. That does make my day, actually.
Yeah, it's the subtle pranks that I like, which is pretty cool. Speaking of pranks as well, did you see my tweet over the weekend?
I see a lot of tweets.
Right, so basically there was a picture of Martin Lawrence, and probably crypto Cardano enemy number one at the moment. There's a picture of Martin Lawrence that came up on my Twitter feed. I'm just following Martin Lewis. And he's there at some sort of basketball convention or somewhere, but it looked just like he was at CNFT. When I rolled it, I go, hey, that looks like he's at CNFT Con, right? And he's with like Steve Harvey. He's with all these basketball legends that I don't know, but everybody knows out there. There's basketball legends there. There's some prince from Saudi Arabian prince that's there as well. El Qatari prince.
I'm desperately trying to find this on Twitter now to throw out for the YouTube video, otherwise they're going to hate me forever.
Mate, the numbers on this tweet are insane. Let me have a look. People are still retweeting. It's got 473 likes, 75 retweets.
Okay, I'll find it in analytics then.
Yeah, 100. This is on mine. It's not on the CNFT tools, by the way.
Oh, okay. That's why I can't find it.
Right.
I was looking.
But people are still retweeting it. Like, I've gone on that this is a hoax, and I've actually done a second one where I've just photoshopped in like Oprah Winfrey, Arnie doing like a bodybuilding pose, Eminem's in the background, Samuel L. Jackson's just on the sofa on the background. I've seriously taken the mick on this, but it seems like nobody's interested in the truth. Even if it's a joke, people are still retweeting because it looks just like. Have you seen it?
I can see it now. Right, let me throw this over for YouTube. There we go. Oh, there's Oprah,
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
So that's the second one. That's the second one I did. But the original one's got nearly 500 likes, and people just keep retweeting and keep doing things because I think they just want to perpetuate the lie that they were actually there and the hype. But the best thing about tweets like that is the comments as well. And this is what I talked about, kind of shit posting, why I think it's important as well. You know, it's done with the best of intentions. It's a bit of a joke, but it just gets the community kind of, get some action, get some excitement. And when people are in a place of happiness and excitement, that's when they buy things and they kind of trade and they hang around as escapism. But what's really funny, if you read through the comments, of the people like super sleuths, like detectives who have gone, yeah, I think I found out this isn't real or this isn't true. Like pocket detectives, like thinking they sprung me like that. I was like, dude, do you really think I've been that serious?
Oh dear, yeah, that's quite amazing.
I always take it too far, so then I start like going through Martin Lewis's tweets and looking through his pictures for as many other things that can look like are just photographs.
Oh dear, I mean that reminds me when I started tweeting random famous people when I was last year on Dinos. I think I ended up making up. I was tweeting like Susan Sarandon and stuff.
The more random, the better.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of funny, but yeah, I love the fact that this has got the engagement that it has. That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel pretty bad now but I wanted to do a poll, like I said, just my own benefit. It's like, did you actually believe this was true, or did you just not care?
So yeah, I have just remembered, and I do apologise, everyone that's listening in. I've just put it in. I've just put the link to the tweet in the in NFT chat if you wanted to check it out.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, that's awesome.
So if you want to perpetuate the lie that Martin Lewis and all these basketball legends were at the CNFT con, so that all those gentlemen callers, start like wandering over and spending their millions on Cardano, then feel free. But it's not true. It's not real.
Yeah,
All right.
well, as I say, let them know we've got a mint coming up, 50 ADA each, and they can possibly times their bag by like up to like 25 times.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Um, so yeah, that's going to be it. There's questions. I mean, the chat for Tooligans is going to be just in that NFT chat, which is in the Discord. Speak, come and ask us any questions about it. But if you are planning on minting as well, which you've got whitelist now, you guys as well, share the news. If you see us tweeting about it, share it, retweet it. Let's get this sold out. And it's nice really because we can say let's get this sold out, and I'm not doing this from a shill point of view because I make nothing. We make nothing out of it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it because it's better for you guys as well. So I kind of like not being burdened by thinking I've got to promote this bit to get paid. I just want to promote it so it's cool, right? It's your
Yeah,
project.
we're all getting paid without this, so this is for you guys.
Yeah, so you want bigger winnings. You do the shilling, get people to come in. But yeah, I think it's going to be sweet.
Talking a bit more about your Twitter Spaces, do you have a regular time and day for them?
We have them Thursday, 9 p.m. UTC every week. This week as well, calling on my old friends. We've got DJ and Crypto Club in, who they're going to be sharing all the gossip and news and from the CNFT con that happened this week as well. So it's pretty good. We can see truly witty Tula is rocking a DJ in there. So yeah, come and join us for a little bit of fun and to get some of the gossip that happened in CNFT tools from the DJ perspective. So.
And yeah, I've just given you permission to speak if you wanted to come up and say hello, truly. And he's left. Okay, press the wrong button there.
It's difficult, isn't it, to come up and speak in the sense he probably did press the button, didn't he? The red one rather than the
yeah. He probably just pressed the wrong button and
yeah. I remember those days when I was worried about coming up and speaking, but the more you do it, the more you get used to it, don't you?
I mean, if you'd have told me a year ago I was going to be doing this, like I'd have told you that you're off your nut. Honestly,
you're very good. You're very good at them, ToolSin, because I'm just a motor mouth. I go far too fast and I go off on tangents. But you deliver them like an absolute pro, I must say.
Well, thank you. I don't take compliments too well, unfortunately, so I'll just leave it at that. But yeah. So obviously, I've got to talk about some of the stuff that you've had going on. I should probably mention that obviously we do have regular AMAs with all sorts of projects on the server. We've had everybody from Ape Society to Yummies to pretty much most projects in the space actually.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, we're starting to have people coming on for like catch-ups and so we can find out exactly what they've been up to in the meantime. So all those projects that have been developing for like the last year since they minted, they're like those guys are coming back now and they're starting to release sort of like alpha tests and beta tests and stuff like that. Some bits actually really exciting and looking forward to sharing it all with everybody. Obviously, we have all the giveaways that we do as well. Has gone a little bit quiet because of the bear market. That can't be helped. A lot of projects are pushing their mints and yeah, struggling. But obviously, this is a project that's just going to stonk it.
Yeah, and that's part of the motivation for raising Tooligans and putting that out again, getting some excitement, getting a quick, fast mint out there. It's a free for all, so we'll have a whitelist, but then just drop a mint address or put a mint button on the website.
So are we capping the number of people on whitelist, and is there going to be a cap on the number of mints that a whitelist can mint?
I'm more interested in wallets in terms of because you can have whitelists as well, but then you've got to think about how many people do we want to give opportunity to mint this as well, because you can have a whitelist, and if you offer each whitelist 3 opportunities to mint, and 200 mint kind of lowers your amount of people involved in the game. So anyway, where am I going with this? We run a fantasy Premier League competition within the CNFT tools. We've got 150 players in there that have played from the beginning of the season where they're playing fantasy football. in there. They've all automatically got a whitelist because it's nice to be loyal to those that have jumped
Yeah,
in. That's
absolutely.
capped. There's a nice clean 150 players in there, so they all get a whitelist. Whether they take it or not, that's completely up to them. We've given 50 to Pixelado as well
Yeah,
as an incentive because I said he's got a small project. He's an independent artist, small project. If this can help him get a few more people subscribing to his comics and stuff to get
yeah,
through,
no, absolutely.
that's only a good thing. So there's 200 there, and we're not going to go around kind of throwing out whitelists to every project. We're not going to do that. A sense, I think we'll have a few whitelist competitions for engagement in our Discord. I think if anybody's contributing, promoting, talking about it, creating either memes or making something funny, making us laugh, whether that's on social media or within our Discord, creating a bit of energy, then we'll recognise them for doing that. Just like in this AMA tonight, for those of you that turned out, we've given you each a whitelist for coming. So I can't see us doing more than 250, really.
Okay, so everyone's going to be able to mint at least one, and then well,
Yeah,
so one per wallet slash whitelist, and then public for the rest.
a bar fight, an absolute bar fight for it. And
Yeah,
the thing is, it doesn't even matter. Let's say it doesn't sell out immediately. That's going to be absolutely fine because as the competition goes on and teams are still left in, we'll be publishing which ones are not minted yet as well. So you can see, right, so many Brazils are left, so many England. People are going to mint, and especially, imagine if you mint Qatar. I don't want to be all down on Qatar, but you kind of
I
know
mean they've
hopers.
got the home team advantage, right?
Yeah, they might be bribing, you never know. But if you mint Qatar, you're probably going to go again to do it as well. So this is the idea that I'd kind of rest them with how many people can mint in one go because some people could easily mint 5, 10 in one go if we didn't cap it.
Yeah, I mean, sort of like speaking as some, as a minter, it's very rare that I mint one of a project.
Yeah,
I usually mint 3 to 5, sometimes more if I'm really bullish on the project, but it's incredibly rare I get just one.
yeah. And if you think about it, um, we're not doing this to. I keep saying not doing this to make money, but we're not. So we're not interested in selling out straight away. We've got the mechanics of the game set, so
Yeah.
whatever we mint is the prize money. It'd be nice if it's all because it'd be cool as anything, but it's not us trying to be shady or devise some sort of thing that's just going to make sure it mints out immediately. It'll be what it is essentially in that. So kind of what create a whitelist that rewards people for loyalty and that's in as well because I think
Oh,
it'll be a good opportunity.
if for any reason we're not sold out before the World Cup starts, are we closing it at that point, or are we just going to
No,
leave it open for the duration of
no.
the cup?
Leave it for the duration of the cup up until the final as well. Because you imagine, right, if there's 50 left and the finals between Spain and Germany, and there are a number of those teams both left in,
I
people are
mean,
going to have a
even
pot
even
shot.
even one would be enough. People would go for that gamble.
Exactly, yeah. 58, you've got a chance of 20x in it. Literally got a chance of 20x in it. So this is why I'm pretty confident it'll sell out at 1024. The more we keep talking and sharing it, and if we know those teams are still in, like say you meant a team in the first the group stages and it goes out. I'm a bit bored now. I'm going to rejoin again. People are
Yeah,
going to do it. So this is going to sell out. It's going to sell out.
yeah.
You
No,
can't be about
I'm really looking forward to it, and obviously, we'll have to have some parties on game days. That's for sure.
Yeah. Julie, ask me about the royalties. Ask me about the royalties.
Oh, yes, I think we have to talk about the royalties because obviously there are going to be royalties. This is a project.
Yeah.
So, what's happening with all the royalties? Where are they all going?
Thank you, ToolSin. I'm glad you asked about that. Do you know,
I mean, we should have probably
this,
done that bit half an hour ago, but
nah, that's too professional. This is the thing, right? Because people are going to always think there's some sort of side angle for, oh, you must be making money from somewhere, you're going to be doing something. And then they'll go, what about those royalties? The entire royalties are coming back to CNFT Tools as well. So we've got a giveaway wallet called Tools Giveaway, where
Yep.
projects donate to us and we just kind of stack up prizes in there and then we run competitions throughout there. And one of the things that when coming through this, I like the idea, like we all do, don't we, of having a big giveaway wallet because it gives us more opportunities to win competitions, win prizes, and we can make the tools giveaway a little bit more self-sufficient in terms of income generating. We can create more prizes within there. So the royalties will go into a prize pool, which will become more competitions. So throughout the World Cup as well, there's going to be little spot games that are going on as well. So we're going to have certain games, like for example, with one of the games is the squad numbers. Well, there's only 1 to 26 of the squad numbers, so within that trait are six independent traits called firing blanks. They're going to get you entries into kind of raffles that are going on throughout the um,
Oh,
yes, raffles throughout
that's sick.
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then
I knew the royalties were going back into to the wallet for the for funding more giveaways and more activities and stuff, but I didn't know that there was all these extra hidden metadata and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, we've got chances to do that as well. I'll give second chances as well. So, for example, like if Qatar go out or have a really bad thing, I'll go right next team with so many red cards, or whoever gets the first goal scorer within the next game wins a certain prize. All Qatar holders, because there'll be 32 Qatar holders. They've all got individual like minute times. So there's going to be plenty of games for that. But I'm kind of predicting maybe we get 3, 4, 5,000 back in royalties. I reckon 2,000 is nailed on to get that back in royalties. So that goes
So,
back into
what
the
percentage are going to be in royalties?
5%.
Sorry, what was that?
5%.
5%. So just like standard amount then.
Yeah, I didn't want to make it too high as well because if people want to flip this, then kind of
Yeah, yeah,
it's
that's
the
the thing. Like, 10% royalties on it would hurt flipping opportunities for sure.
it does. It just makes you feel a bit sad, doesn't it, when you think, oh yeah, I've got a really good offer for this, so I'm going to sell this, and it's like suddenly like huge amount, huge amount of
Yeah,
ADA gone.
that's the thing. And if it's like when it hurts. It just
Yeah,
hurts because it's always a surprise because you never look until it's too late.
because
Like
I can actually say,
I don't think I've looked at the royalty figures on anything that I've minted in the last sort of like 6 months until I've gone to sell it and then thought, fuck.
yeah, exactly. I don't know, we can have kind of team meeting. We could even set the royalties at zero, but I just like the idea of filling our giveaway wallet so that we can actually continue more prizes throughout the year. Um,
Well,
you know,
yeah. I mean, there's so many different things we can do, like spot prizes, or we can perhaps purchase NFTs on the secondary, or
exactly.
I mean,
Because
hell, we could order somebody pizza.
we can do that. That's a kind of like mad thinking I like, madcap thinking.
Yeah,
Or at least
like
yeah,
we'll get your family dinner
yeah.
one night. You know what I mean? Like, don't do the washing up. Sit back, watch your World Cup, have a pizza.
Yeah, no, we'd be a bit more prescriptive that. If anyone lives near a Vietnamese restaurant, go and buy not actually from Vietnam, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Vietnam it to be fish and chips or something like that. But yeah, go on there, we'll pay for it, and that's a competition. So rather than NFTs, the most random thing. So we'll buy you a pair of trainers.
yeah.
So yeah, I like the idea of having money where we can do stuff because, like you said before, it's a bear market, isn't it? So there's not as many projects coming through donating those NFTs or things to do that. So we create a bit of income, we can create a little bit more,
Yeah,
bit more
we can just do
entertainment.
like random cool things for people,
Yes, yes,
and I very much like the idea of that.
yes, that's fun. So yeah, 5% royalties. I was kind of thinking that we don't need to have any, but no, we need to have some money.
Yeah, no, I think that's good, and I mean, yeah, and obviously, we do hope that these will have life after the World Cup as well, because obviously, this is like the first World Cup with Cardano NFTs being around. So it's nice that we've got something that, as a community, we can look back and say, yeah, you know what, I was there. This is the proof that I was there. I've got the NFT.
Cool, you're going for the emotive touch. I like that. You're kind of a little romantic, aren't you? There, the
I'm a
first.
little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't
that's
tell
very
me
nice.
Mrs. though. She's going to slap me and say, like, where's mine for that? For God's
But
sake.
you, because you're flirting with football nostalgia. Brilliant.
No, but I
Yeah.
mean, I think those things are important to people. I mean,
Yeah.
like, especially, I mean, I used to be fairly plugged into the poker community, and
Mhm.
a lot of the early OG online poker guys left poker to go into crypto.
Yeah.
And a lot of them into like really early into the ETH NFTs and even finding like odd Bitcoin stuff and everything like that. But the thing they're going after now, or at least they were at the time that they were speaking about it, was like it wasn't like yeah, bored apes and stuff like that. It was for like the earliest mint dates that they could find,
Yeah.
like the absolute earliest mint dates they could find. And obviously, like limited edition commemorative mints, like first of a kind and stuff like that, and like they're really into like all that sort of thing. And I think that's something that it may or may not ever be a thing for Cardano. But I certainly believe in getting the firsts. Like there's going to be 1,000 play to earn games, but having the first one will make the difference.
Yeah, which will be Makosa. That's entirely my bag.
I mean, it's supposed to be Tooligans in the World Cup, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, is it play to earn? It's kind of yeah, I suppose it is play to
I
earn.
mean, it's watch to earn, I guess.
Yeah, just wait for the first person who like asks for what the utility of this is going to be after the World Cup. Watch, I'll go after them. Do you know what? Just speaking about this, do you know what? One of the things I'm worried about is because I want to play this as well. So we've created something that I would want to participate in myself, right?
Yeah.
It's not a shill. I just think.
I mean,
it's a good idea.
everybody enjoys the office,
Yeah.
the office sweepstake.
Everyone loves an office sweepstake.
Yeah.
But I'm worried now if it's like when I play poker. So we have a weekly poker that we play. Is that if I win? Now you've won before, haven't you?
Yeah.
You worry that it looks like an inside fix if you win, and you just want to play because you want to play anyway. But I'm worried about doing. I probably meant maybe 2 or 3, maybe even 4 Tooligans personally if I get a white list. But what if I win?
Yeah, well, this is the thing. I mean, I'm questioning about whether I should play the quote unquote high roller on Friday.
Allow yourself to do it. Look, I've not.
But it's one of those things. Like it's.
Given off your recent performances, right? You're able to win, but you've been knocked out twice.
Oh yeah, I mean, like when the wife's coming home and I can't really be bothered anyway, and I've still got a recap to write and everything else. It's just like, well, sorry. But for 10 ADA, I care less than I would for 40 ADA when there's money that could make a difference in my life up at the top.
Yeah, do it.
It's more than a pizza at top, so I'm going to take it a bit more seriously.
There we go. So tune in to see if whether ToolSin can put his money where his mouth is and take that top spot. So
you know what? I mean, I could go about streaming it. Well, not streaming it, recording it, streaming it, something maybe, if people are interested.
No, you can. You can just post the link.
Oh
so
yeah,
you don't have to see people's hands.
Oh yeah, I can do all that. I could stream it on Twitch and on a 5-minute delay or whatever.
Because I really struggle because I have to do all the admin behind the scenes. So I have to calculate the prizes and then obviously deal with people who can't get in or anything like that. So I never do well as well because I get that stress with things popping up all the time and having to write and get announcements at the same time that I lose my patience halfway through. But yeah, I think we should stream it. Pretty good.
Yeah, so, I mean, the thing for me is that I'm usually trying to do the recap and drops today, and especially it being Sunday night, I've got work Monday morning and
Same.
all that. So we'll see. Hang on, no, it's Friday, not Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's Friday, so all good.
Oh no, I don't have to be up early for work Saturday. I have to be up early for Dungeons and Dragons.
All right then.
Yeah, it's a little monthly game that I'm in with some friends, and yeah, it's all very new for us being back to it, but it's good fun.
Yeah, great.
And in true Cardano fashion, I'm a bard.
Mate, over my head there, mate. Over my head.
I'm the music guy, basically.
Oh yeah, the bard is like a medieval musician, isn't it?
Yeah.
On that note, I think we're boring everyone to tears now.
Yeah, I mean, Alpha's is probably falling asleep, and Dusty is doing his thing. But hello to Silly Bee Honey, who's just joined us. If you've got any questions or anything like that, now's a great time to ask them.
Well, Dusty Death and Silly Bee seem to have the similar PFP. What's that? Is that Age of Orcs? I might be wrong. But...
I'm pretty sure that is Age of Orcs.
Alright, cool.
And Silly Bee Honey looks like Age of Orcs as well, actually.
Yeah, that's right. Awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like the fact that bro's just come up on stage like he's going to stave dive, like it's just like hanging there, like celebrating, like yeah, I'm on stage, yo.
Yeah, he's like, I'm one of the team.
Yeah, it's like he's taking a selfie of himself, like next to ToolSin and Mango.
Oh,
Right,
he's,
brother. Oh, he's off. We
you
thought you were
see,
going to speak, bro.
well, at least he was listening in. At least he was
Yeah.
listening in.
Oh, you're welcome. If that made your debut on stage with us, you're welcome. We just
Oh,
wanted you to
yeah.
speak. That's all. Yeah, we just want to speak.
Give him the invite back.
Oh yeah, he wants to
There
come
we
back
go.
now.
You're welcome to come back and join us, though. I suspect we'll be wrapping this up. I couldn't let it finish before the hour, though. I couldn't have our own AMA being like one of the shortest ones. Though obviously, it's funny because I know the right questions to ask other people, but I don't know the right questions to ask ourselves. Oh, and
Yeah.
there has been some movement in NFT chat. And we got a. Can we have a recap to the Tooligans after the cup as far as utilities? I think you're talking about it now. Thank you for that, Dusty Death. Perfect timing, if that makes sense.
Dusty Death, I hope you're not being serious. Seriously. Seriously. I honestly hope you just try to shoot me here. Right. So what happens with this after the utility is that you get to keep it, you get to show it to your family, you get to even print it off. That's one of the utilities that you can do in NFT. You can print it and you can put it in a picture frame, and then you can have it on your mantelpiece there, and you can show it. You can even like make it really small, like stamp shape, and put it inside a little keyring and put it on there, and you can go around and show people, say, look at this. This was a little project that was evolving in the internet with all my Web3 friends, and I minted Qatar and it was really shit, so I have to make the best of this 50 ADA picture that I've done. What else can you do? You could, right? There's websites where you can go off and put a picture in and get toilet roll like minted of it as well. So if you're really frustrated with a team that you've minted and it's absolutely no hope, you can wipe your ass on it and things like that. So the utilities are as wide as your imagination takes us. Just don't expect any from us, right? Because we're giving every single cent of the ADA to this project. And I'm tired now. I'm obsessed with it. So as soon as it's done, I'm rugging because I've already rugged myself, you see. So I'm not interested in any of you anymore ever again. You've got it. We've done it. That's it. So to answer your question about utilities, there'll be a prize wallet with some money in there that we'll give out for prizes. So the longer you stick around, the more you might benefit. There you go.
Oh my god! Right, I have to clip that and post that on Twitter. Absolutely have to clip that and post that on Twitter.
Please do. Thanks for that. I think you're taking the mic there, and I like that. You're a shit talking the shit talker.
Oh dear! But yeah, just to confirm, Dusty's death, PFP is a Chains of War, and he's listening to us while doing yard work.
Yeah, oh, amazing. Where's he doing the yard work from?
I'm hoping that he'll say. Oh, and I've just had messages from Broselp via DM saying he was listening the entire time. He's on his mobile and can't unmute it because he doesn't quite know how. But he's really enjoying the time and loved being on stage like a celebrity.
Yeah, that's it. Anytime.
Yeah, I mean, come back up, dude. Come back up, for Christ's sake.
There's a band called Happy Mondays from Manchester, right? They came out from it ages ago. Southeast US. I like it. There's a band called Happy Mondays from Manchester out like 20, 30 years ago. They're still kind of like notorious.
Weren't they like really depressing?
No.
Dusty Death is in southeast US.
I like it. I had the feeling it was in the US from the word yard work. Sounds like honest work, working in a yard. Like what you doing yard work, you're kind of fixing the fence, something like that, or putting some chicken wire out because maybe you've got some chickens out there as well. I used to have chickens.
Preparing for the next earthquake, perhaps?
Earthquake?
Yeah, southeast US, that's like San Andreas fault, isn't it?
Merchant of Doom. I'm thinking about a little small plot with agriculture, all kind of twee things, like living from the land, making stuff like that. Because not that because you're a farmer, it's because you might have a nice job somewhere like that. But you think I like to cultivate the land and just making things, and you're thinking about like earthquakes.
I mean, that's difference in personalities, I guess.
Yes, that's that contrast, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean they don't have a lot of water there for agriculture anyway. I think it's like they've had like a 200-year drought. Yeah, I'm getting all depressing as well, aren't I?
Yeah, the locust plague. Yeah, that's all the murders and the shooting and all the poverty.
And don't get me started talking about the World Cup.
God, yeah, don't honestly. That's about the death toll in Qatar. It's like it should like Tooligans just be like. Anyway,
oh
right, cool.
Yeah, sorry, laughing way too much for an AMA there.
Yeah, but Bez anyway. So Bez, Happy Mondays. Happy Mondays, like upbeat kind of Manchester kind of band, that typical kind of Manchester sounding band like the Stone Roses and all these places. They just had a guy called Bez, and Bez just used to dance. He didn't do anything, but he's like one of the most famous members of the Happy Mondays because he just stood there doing this crazy little like mad drug crazed dance all the time. And Bro was a little bit like that tonight, so he could be our little Bez. I just find that
Yeah, Bez nearly won Big Brother actually as well, didn't he?
he did, yeah. That's just
I think that might
does
have
what he
been
does.
like the only one that I ever watched as well.
Right.
But
I'm
yes,
incredibly sleep deprived because I've just been avoiding sleep really. So I'm gonna get
yeah,
off. But
my wife is home shortly as well, so I will have to toddle off and speak to her as well. But yeah, just to round up, 50 ADA, very close to the end of the month or very early in November. We'll let you guys know. Obviously, make sure you've got notifications for our Discord server turned on. And we'll probably have some roles and stuff going so we're not spamming people to death and you can just subscribe to the Tooligans stuff specifically.
oh, well, I've got one last bit of thing as well.
Yeah,
Right. The USA Tooligan. Like, I've got
yeah.
a picture that said, "Make him look American as hell." Like Mouse, make it look at the most American you can do. I went over the top American. Dusty, what kind of American trait should we have on the American Tooligan? What needs to be on there?
I mean, it's got to
It
be.
needs the biggest American flag you can find that's pretty much
I mean,
immersed in the
if
flag.
he's Southeast US, right? Which states are in the Southeast US? Let's look this up a minute. Because if it's like Alabama or something, it's going to be like
Got
beer
Georgia,
and.
North Carolina,
Oh, okay.
Florida, GA.
So, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so look out for the American Tooligan because I've told Pix to go OTT on that one as well. And I love
Oh no,
America.
South. Oh yeah, sorry. I just realised I got East and West mixed up on the US. That's a bit awkward. So San Andreas fault is yeah, that's
San
West
Francisco's
Coast.
the other side.
Yeah, yeah,
American football, yep.
yeah. American foot.
We
No, no.
we don't call it, we call
Oh
it egg
no,
ball.
no. We got to give him an egg surely because it's hand egg,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, hand egg. We'll stick the hand egg in there.
Oh, and hi there to Asidja. So we are about getting ready to wrap this up, but I have recorded the entire thing, so it'll be posted on our YouTube channel at some point later this evening or early in the morning when I get it uploaded. So feel free to check that out. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share, and all that sort of goodness while you're there as well. Every little thing helps. Um, Obviously, if you're watching this back on YouTube, all the links to our website and Discord and everything is down below. And I'd like to thank Mango Bush for coming up with the idea and being part of the Tools team and just generally doing some awesome work for the community, both on the minting side and all the Twitter spaces and everything else that he does behind the scenes that I probably shouldn't shine too much of a spotlight on yet, but will become apparent at some point in the future.
Yeah, yeah, and
Obviously,
I'd just like to kind of cement all of Toulson's compliments about me. Then I agree with them.
and yeah, I mean, I'm not sure whether I should thank myself for turning up, as I'm technically part of the
Waiting for
team.
me to do it.
Gets a bit awkward at this point.
It's just like you're waiting for me. Like, the natural, courteous part, Mango, would be for you to reply the compliments back to me. And I'm waiting for them now. Now that it's not coming, I feel slightly uneasy about this. I know I'm going to leave it here.
Well, thanks for coming along, sharing your sense of humour, and having a good laugh, because that's what this is for everybody, whether it's for us or for you guys. It's a chance for us to have a laugh, get together, share a few beers, moan about some players falling over when they really should be standing up, and
Yeah, and
to have some fun together.
yeah, it is another little bit of alpha that's coming on that you probably don't know, and it's a little bit weird, but it's true that Toulson always does these AMAs naked. I don't know why he does it, but it just helps him perform better, he says. So there you go.
Well, I like the sense of freedom that it gives me.
I think it's a bit odd. I think you should be a bit more transparent with people. You shouldn't leave it to your guests to point out that you're sat there in your shed naked. But
Well, I'm sure it's probably just as well for everybody's dinner that I'm undoxed then, and no one actually knows what I look like, because trust
Never
me, it's not a
ever.
pretty sight.
I want people. Please don't dox. I'm ready to dox. Never do it,
Oh
ToolSin.
dear. I mean, funnily enough, I'm not even doxed to you at this point. Obviously I'm doxed with like Brad and
Yeah.
PRZ, but we're not even doxed to each other at this point, are we?
But do you know why? Because we've been speaking for a long time. It just becomes too much of an event, doesn't it, to turn your cameras on? That I think that let's just not do it.
Or I mean, the thing is that relationships that are developed online are very different to relationships in the real world.
Yeah,
And there is very much a clear generational divide on opinions on the subject, but I don't have any need to know your real name, or
yeah. My
like
face
it,
shape or my
because it
eyes.
makes no difference.
I'm very beautiful, Matt Tilson. I'm very, very beautiful.
I mean, I'm
Just,
crap with names at the best of times, and having to remember a real name as well as a screen name is just too much work, to be honest.
no, but I like living inside my imagination as well. So I've got you, Tilson. In my brain, you look like the Big Lebowski. That's how I created you out. You're like, that's it. You just got to be a
Funnily enough, that's more another member of the team. Well, he's technically a member of the team. He doesn't really do much. Bleeding
holy,
ears.
yeah. But
That
yeah,
like the Big Lebowski is bleeding ears.
brilliant. I just think it'd be a cool image there. But yeah, I don't point me in a different direction. I've got you now as the Big Lebowski. See, so
Well, I do like my dressing gown. Has to be said, even if
I
it
do,
does. The wife did wish it was a little bit longer.
dressing gowns are so passe. I've got an hoodie now. Do you know what an hoodie is? It's an oversized hoodie that's like a massive bang. So think of a big poncho, but like a hoodie
Oh
with a
yeah,
bottom
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and it's thick as anything like that because of the cost of living crisis. My ass cost of living crisis. I've got an hoodie. I don't need any heating. In fact, it's too warm that I can't wear it at the moment. So that's my garment of
It's
choice.
all right. They got power blackouts planned for us over the winter anyway.
It's not a mint day. That's all I'm hoping for.
Yeah, definitely not a mint day.
Right,
Right. So on
been
that
fun.
note, thank you very much for doing pretty much 99% of the work on this, and for allowing me to take a little bit of credit for it. And yeah, I hope you all
Yeah,
have a great week. And we do have obviously more AMAs coming up. I'm waiting to hear back from several exciting projects at the minute, actually. Just trying to find dates because of CNFT Con and everything like that. Obviously, Mango Bush's Twitter Spaces every Thursday night, 9 o'clock UTC.
yeah. If you, it's just ridiculous as well. So we just have the fun and take the mick as well. So if you like laughing, and that's probably the best compliment you can ever give me, or that things is that it's funny and that you laughed. It's not about being intelligent for me. It's if I can make people laugh, I'm happy. So thanks for that.
Yeah, and say thank you everyone for turning up, coming to listen. I mean, there's a couple of you have been here for nearly 90 minutes at this point, so thumbs up for your endurance there, and we'll see you all on Mint Day.
Take care. Take care. Take care. Bye.
Cheerio.